I want to talk with you for just a few minutes. Just a few minutes I want to talk to you about God is. He ought to be something to you, and you need to realize that David was a shepherd boy, and David was a field boy, but David learned in the field who God really is. Help me somebody. Yeah. Look at here, my sister and brother. David said that the Lord is my shepherd, and as I looked at this word, I said, the Lord is Leon Miller's shepherd. You got to put yourself there. You got to see, y'all ain't participating here, but you need to say, the Lord is my shepherd. And since he's my shepherd, let's say right there, man, since he's my shepherd, I want to get something from him. Anybody here want to get something from the Lord? Talk to me, somebody. My brothers and sisters here, he said, since he is your shepherd, he said, you should always be in want. Help me, somebody. Can I talk to y'all? Since the Lord is your shepherd, you ought to tell him what you want. Grandmama said you ought to call him up every now and then, and you ought to tell him what you want, because he at the telephone waiting for you to call him, and y'all won't even call him. Miller, I can't call him, I ain't got no phone. Miller, I can't call him, my phone's disconnected. Well, let me help you, since you want God to do something for you. Since your phone is disconnected, I'm going to show you how to connect it. Ain't going to cost you no money, but it's going to cost you some sacrifice. It's going to cause you to spend some time with him. You didn't realize that God is whatever you want him to be. If you want him for something, you got to understand God is not no little boy you just pull his string. He's a righteous God, and you need to know that number one is he is your shepherd. What do your son, 5 years old, trying to tell daddy what to do? It's backwards, ain't it? Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, since you realize that God is, what he is, recognize that he's my shepherd. And so, since he's your shepherd, why don't you treat him like he's your shepherd? Help me, somebody. Y'all getting cool on me right here. But look here, if he's your shepherd, why don't you do what the shepherd said do? The shepherd said, number one is, he realized you want some stuff. So the shepherd said, first of all, you got to participate. Yeah, the shepherd said, if you participate, I'll give you what you want. Now, number two is, you got to understand, my sister and brother, what do you really need? See, we want to get our want filled before we get our needs taken care of. But we got to come to the realization in our life that, you know one thing, I want my needs taken care of, and then my wants will be all right. So first of all, you ought to want to know God. Y'all cool, still cool, but you ain't participating. I told you you ain't participating. You don't get nothing. Now, next of all, since you realize and recognize that you need something, y'all do need to eat every now and then, don't you? Y'all ain't got to tell me. I'm looking at you. Look like you eating pretty good. Yeah. Now, next thing is, I realize and recognize that he's my shepherd, and I realize and recognize that all I got to do is call him. And then I recognize that if I'm doing what my shepherd said do, when I call him, my shepherd hears me. And when he hears me, what he say is, Miller, what you want? Then now, number, look at here, Ken, stick a pin there. Number one is, the reason that y'all don't get nothing from the shepherd is because you don't know when to call him. And you don't know when the heaven door is open. So since number two is, you don't know when it's open, so you can't get it. Most of y'all wait too late to get it from the shepherd. After the door is closed, you can't get in. Help me, somebody. That was y'all know that was a man named Noah. He built the ark. He worked on that thing, and the folks say he was crazy for working for the master, for his shepherd. He was working for the shepherd because the shepherd told him before a cloud, while the sun was shining, it was going to rain. And what he did is, he said, "Shepherd, what you want me to do?" He said, "Build an ark." Help me, somebody. Yeah, but he didn't pay no attention to folks' noise. He don't pay no attention to what folks saying. He just went to doing what God say do. Some of y'all in here today, you just need to start listening to God, still listen to your homie. You need to start listening to God, still listen to your man. You need to start listening to God instead of listening to your woman. You need to hear from heaven, and you can be able to get some stuff from the master.